Mr. Clerk, let's begin our proceedings by calling the roll.
Yes, Mr. President.
And Councilmember Price?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm recusing myself from item 22 out under abundance of caution because it's extending funds to contracts for personal conflicts. Extending funds for contracts for personal conflicts.
So item 22?
Yes, sir. Item
Mr.
22.
Price is recusing on item number 22. All right, any other specials, members? Either side, seeing none, all right. Mr. Clerk, what's next?
Mr. President, there's a request to continue item.
All right, without objection, that'll be the order. Councilmember Soto-Martinez.
You've probably seen the shirts being worn by many folks here. Every time I wear that on the field, I always get asked, how do I get one? And so, Ms. Maddox, I know I've asked for so many shirts now, but I hope you know. Oh, now we're selling them. Okay, get yours. Cop your shirts. They're the good-looking shirts.
Folks, I say this also with the conviction of having lived through family separation, of having overcome fleeing a war-torn country. When I say it right now, I also sometimes can't imagine what my parents were going through. I was young. I didn't really know what was going on. But they were in their 40s, 50s, not knowing. My mother didn't have a command of the language. So imagine coming into a new place, working at 3 jobs, just to make sure that you're protecting your family and you're reuniting everyone. That's a lot. And on top of that, to have a government that assaults you while you're just trying to get by and live life.
You know, who would have thunk that LA is for everyone would have such a strong meaning as it does now? Yep. Because if we didn't have this program, I'll be honest, I don't know if we would be as strong and as resilient in our stance to protect our immigrant communities. That's right. I think you all have done a lot of the legwork for years to make sure that everybody within the city family and our communities know, and for them to know that this city is for them regardless of where they come from, what they do, what their families look like. So I'm grateful for the years of legwork that you did to prepare us for this moment that we're in right now. It's not by accident that we're one of the thriving cities, that we're the 4th largest economy in the country, in the world, with California. It's because of the contributions of our immigrant communities.
We truly appreciate the work that all of you do and the message that all of it sends. And I will say, General Manager Maddox, look the other way if you're on Crenshaw and Slauson and you see some bootleg T-shirts that say, LA is for everybody except for men in masks kidnapping people from their families. So we're going to sell that one and do a little business on the side. But thank you all so much for your great work and this great presentation.
Wow. If we get bootleg T-shirts, we know we have made it. But
so for item 19, this is the one regarding EPA wanting to withdraw the findings about the harmfulness of fossil fuel and changing regulations regarding vehicles. I'm really happy the city is taking an opposition to that position. Then item 20 about holding meetings here at Van Nuys City Hall. We're very happy that you're here, and I hope that you will do this monthly as you have been doing. I didn't say that I am president of the Van Nuys Neighborhood Council. I'm speaking as an individual, but I do welcome you here to Van Nuys. My general public comment is with regard to native trees. The Urban Forestry Division has been very resistant on adding native trees to the list of approved street trees. And we're very concerned about that because native trees are well adapted to this environment and encourage biodiversity. And specifically for us in Van Nuys, as the East San Fernando Light Rail line is going in, they're going to take out about 6 miles of sidewalk and take out most of the trees along those 6 miles. And we really want to see more native trees included in the palette that will be allowed to be used for that purpose. So I urge all the council members to help us in our campaign to get urban forestry to be open to including more native trees in the approved street tree list. Thank you very much.
Speaking on this particular item, I was a little puzzled to see that the motion authorizing this meeting today is on this meeting's agenda. If you guys are going to continue to meet out here on Friday, I think that's great. As I urged you last month, we'd love to have you guys come out to Valley more. But I think instead of doing one every month, you should pass a motion to cover all the meetings through the end of the year and just get it over with, at least the end of the fiscal year. In terms of general public comment, I'd like to commend the discussions on water today, but I'd also like to point out, as a neighborhood council president from an area that is heavily equestrian, A lot of my equestrian members are using portable water to keep dust under control and to keep weeds down and other things. Water that could be used for general drinking. Yet DWP, their Purple Water program is very limited. It's open 2 days a week, and it's down in the zoo area. I know that Rec and Parks uses potable water, and I know sanitation's involved with the potable water program. I'd like to urge the council to urge DWP and these departments that use the potable water to consider expanding the program. In my area, for example, opening a station up at Hanson Dam so they can get their water without having to drive all the way to the zoo to get their water. And I encourage especially those board members who have equestrians in their areas. Thank you.
Next speaker.
First of all, I want to tell Smoke and Scan, kiss my butt if you think I'm kissing Miss
So this
Padilla.
is
And I'm
not
this,
related
this
to
has to
item
do
20.
with 20, sir, which has to do with this meeting being here. And every time on Smoke and Scan, if you in any way compliment something good that comes out of this council, they want to call you whatever names. So I have a right to call back because it is part of what's happening in this city. And we were promised so many times that these meetings would take place here, and we went for years without it. So, Mr. City Attorney, I'd appreciate it, okay? I've been here 36 years. You've been here, what, 2 years? 36 years. I've seen the best and I've seen the worst. So I'm not being disrespectful, sir, but when Miss Padilla does something like this and you folks agree to meet here, we appreciate it. We appreciate it. We don't have to talk about secession. We don't have to talk about why doesn't the city
General public comment.
not like us. All right, let's move on. I've got some pictures here. I want to send some more work towards my Porter Ranch, old Porter Ranch. Look at that. Says no parking, 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Yet the old council and you folks continue this. Now, why does Mr. John Lee's area get to have those signs enforced? I mean, you spit and somebody arrests you. But yet old Van Nuys, look at what's happening there. You know what I was told by one of the people from one of the fire areas? They said, Candido, is that old Van Nuys, excuse me, old Porter Ranch? I said, yeah. I said, you know, if all those homes burnt down, all those old homes, you know what developers could do there? There's no more land up there. There's no more land. Now, let me just do this quickly. What do you think is going to start the fires? Fireworks, which was just last week, cigarettes, or do you think marijuana? I mean, come on up, get loaded. Why are you ignoring
Speaker, your
this area?
time has expired.
You
Next speaker. Mr. Candido, you can provide whatever you need to submit to the sergeants, but we need you to vacate the podium so we can move on to the next speaker.
My name is Jennifer Clark. I am the Vice President of North Hollywood Northeast Neighborhood Council in Council District 2 and Council District 6. Speaking as an individual today, we'll start with item 19. I understand that Rules, Elections, and Intergovernmental Relations Committee waived the consideration for this item. However, I believe that was not the best decision. There are several layers of this issues related to the EPA's proposed reconsideration of the 2009 endangerment findings and actions based on it. From more recent climate scientific studies in the last 15 years, since as well as consideration of their own legal authority. Given that the written comment period for this rule ended September 22nd, I don't believe that there was a need for the rush to a full city council vote, and recommend that the council actually refer this back to committee. For item 20, I continue to support this motion to bring the city council meetings to the Valley. In the future, please always consider that maybe we'd want you here more than once a month. We would really love that. And also consider a different day of the week than Friday. It's not always available for those who have to work the weekends, which usually starts on the Friday. So thank you for making this happen each time. We do appreciate it. And then on to general comment. So more and more motions are being made to shift Los Angeles away from the car-centric infrastructure, along with Measure HLA, Mobility Plan 2035, et cetera. However, I don't only see or hear of our wonderful city council members making this shift to public transportation themselves. If you were, I believe you would understand the serious issues with dependability and public safety. For example, I was mugged on the Metro Red Line heading back home from a meeting near City Hall in May. I had someone attack us using the throne bathroom, at the Metro Little Tokyo in August, and earlier this week, a good friend was waiting for the bus in Hollywood. Someone suddenly turned and decided to pepper spray all those who were around them. So I challenge you all to walk, ride in the shoes of those in our community who have to take public transportation. They don't have the choice currently. Do a day in the life, do a week in the life, maybe make it your daily life. Discover the issues, work on the solutions. Before you ask more Angelinos to use it, please be the example. Thank you for your time.
Took my minute. Can I get my minute back? Yes? No?
We restarted it. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm on the Charter Reform Commission. And because I'm on the Charter Reform Commission, I have been told by past commissioners that we are basically rubber stamps, that we're working hard and we're trying to get things done, but you all already have your plan in place. And so I've come to ask you, is that true? And I'll be sending an email to each of you because I don't have time to waste. This city really, really has needs. And so if you all already have a plan in place, we need to know. And also we need to know that if your plan how it impacts black folks. The other thing that I'd like to say is that every time we come here, we are limited to a certain number of minutes, and it seems as if no one is listening to us. And so what I'm asking is that each of you would come to one of the commission meetings, one of the commission meetings. I've seen a couple of you, but if this is important to you,
Speaker, Commissioner Thomas,
I know.
we have to give everyone the same amount of time.
I know,
but
I may as well do what I always do.
But
I
have to advise you, please do not. We have to give everyone the same amount of time. Yes,
All right,
so
good
next
Reverend.
speaker.
I haven't thrown you out of a meeting in like a year, so you're disrupting the meeting. It's your first warning.
My name is Jenny Colon, and I am a member of ACE, and I also live in Imelda Padilla's district. And I'm here to urge the council to pass LARSO and to pass the 3% cap. If you look at the attendees today, there are no Latinos. They're all working their butts off at work. And we cannot afford another wave of rental increases. We're already receiving notices. We have met with several of your offices, have held town halls in your districts, and yet we still have opposition. But the people of LA have survived devastating fires, continuing ICE raids, and we need relief. The Economic Roundtable has already shown that renters are disproportionately effective, and we need you to stand with the residents of Los Angeles to cap the rent at 3%. Please cap the rent at 3%. Thank you.
The next speaker may say some very offensive things. Obviously, we hope that he doesn't. To the extent that it does offend you, and it might, we appreciate your patience. If you'd like, you're more than welcome to take a quick walk outside and come back afterwards. You're also more than welcome to listen if you prefer to do so. But again, we appreciate your patience. Mr. Herman, you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Go ahead.
Really? Prior restraint is a violation of my First Amendment, first of all. And you're triggering events that are going to cost you some liability, sir.
So
Stop
this
it.
is not on the agenda. So
Yeah,
this is
I'm
your only
talking about
warning.
item
Hold on,
number
pause his
18.
time. Hold on. Your time is paused. So this is not on the agenda. You're welcome to speak to it during general public comment if you'd like. But for the next 2 minutes and 41 seconds, please stick to the agenda items. Go ahead.
Item 18. By the way, Smoke and Scanning, Katie, hello. I'm back. Relative to the acceptance of the annual public benefits in CD 14, I find that the charges of making people homeless, the planning to make people homeless, the development of making people homeless is unconstitutional. And that's the reason why you refuse to allow me to speak on item 21 today regarding the LA Alliance. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you turn to page 19 of the agenda, item 16 relates to this issue. Now
Item
into
number
item
16
number
is not
19.
open for public comment. You can continue with 19.
That's what I'm talking about. You continue to interrupt the public speakers. Stop interfering with my free speech. Stop intimidating me on my free speech.
You have been warned multiple times. This is your final warning. Stick to the items. I'm going to move you to general public comment.
Yeah, so here we go. Once again, item number 19, Bloom Juju Field, the United States Environmental Protection Agency have discriminated against you, the public, on infringement of endangerment regarding greenhouse gases. Why is that? Well, let me cite for the record Brandenburg versus Ohio, US 395 444 1969 for the record. I'm not going to use my free speech in saying what it says.
So I'm going to move you to general public comment.
I'm not finished, sir.
You have 1 minute for general public comment. You were warned
All right,
multiple
asshole.
times, so you have 1 minute
All right,
for general.
Asshole.
Go
I'm
ahead.
going into my non-agenda public comment, asshole. You fucking criminal. You fucking asshole from Korea. Go back with their illegal immigration shit.
This is not
Go
in the
back.
jurisdiction of the Los Angeles City Council.
The agenda. It has to do a lot with it.
You're in general public comment.
Non-agenda public comment. Foo, Sambo, I know where I'm at. So Keenan, in the case of Keenan, Keenan, in the case file number 26591130-14, fuck Whittier and fuck your beliefs. The First Amendment is about free speech, not censorship, monitoring speech, or having some asshole insult me back there, Mr. Grote. You hear that, jackass? You hear that, jackass? Come on. Dumb nigga. For the record.
You're done. Goodbye.
All right. We appreciate everyone's patience. Thank you very much. Mr. Herman, you are on multiple levels of probation, so I would remind you that if you are removed from this meeting, you will be suspended from multiple meetings. We should not hear from you again during this meeting. That was it. That was your public speaking time.
I like Candido, but I know he's from here, Van Nuys, and of course he wants a meeting here, but I don't. That's all. I'm going to talk about directed energy, and this woman.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute for general public comment, but I'm going to ask that you please tie your comments to something within the subject matter jurisdiction of this body. Go ahead. You have 1 minute.
No, I'm going to public comment.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. It has to do with directed energy and the expense of directed energy. While the price tag for hypersonic missiles continues to soar, approaching $600 million per missile, the cost per laser pulse continues to drop, approaching about $1 per shot. Okay, by the way, these books are totally understandable. Also, Star Wars is totally understandable. 85, when Reagan brought out Star Wars. By the way, he learned it not from the Army. No, he didn't learn any of that from the Army. The newest huge book called Transhuman Genocide is written by someone more conservative than Herman Herman, more conservative than Trump. If you go to Wikipedia, you'll see he's more conservative than Trump. His name is Ron Johnson, okay? He wrote a good book, and it says the entire world is going to be raped. Do I have another minute?
So that was your 1 minute for general public comment. We do need to move on to the next speakers.
My name is Carolyn Fouts. I live in Woodland Hills. I'm in Council Blumenfeld's district, and I'm coming here today because there's a Bothing Treeland Nursery, which is just almost abuts my property, has been sold and is going to become a cemetery. Not too bad, except for the fact that I understand that there are some terrible problems with that land. Toxic chemicals, we understand there are some forever chemicals on that land. What we're looking for is an environmental impact report before there's any construction moving forward there. There's also a water table issue with that land. It seems like if you're going to bury people in the ground, you need to know that it's not going to flood and have mudslides, which it has a history of doing. It reminds me of New Orleans, where they have to build the graves on top. Please, environmental impact report. Thank you.
Good morning, council members, and thank you for the work that you do. I have prepared remarks since I have 1 minute. Today, I'm here to speak about the upcoming cemetery proposal on Valley Circle and Woodland Hills for the former Bowden Nursery site. I urge you, do not rubber stamp without an independent, comprehensive environmental testing. I come not in opposition to the development, but in defense of public health, due diligence, and our community's long-term safety. The land on Valley Circle was used as a nursery for over 30 years, involving chemicals like DDT and other forever chemicals, substances known to persist in soil and water for decades. These toxins don't disappear, they move into the air when disturbed. They can cause thyroid disease, immune disorders, liver damage, cancers, and even developmental issues in children. These are documented concerns recognized globally. I urge you to please do not approve when it does come to your desk. Thank you.
My name is Yasmin Monet Watkins. I live in this district. I was born and raised in Los Angeles, and I'm a community member here today to implore this board to remove Errol Southers from the Los Angeles Police Commission. It's supposed to be a board that represents us, and I'm here today to say that he does not represent Angelenos. Rather than holding police accountable, he has instigated and empowered police to repress us and for violence while silencing and criminalizing dissent. I appreciate you all listening to me today. Delaying the vote today, I see that it's delayed. Delaying the vote today is approval based on the city charter. I implore you to vote no. I'm one of your residents. Please consider what I have to say. Is that all right? Thank you.
Okay, and before we begin, Mr. Candido, this is your first and only formal warning. Please do not disrupt the people speaking into the mic. They're trying to read names aloud so the public can hear who's up next.
So this ducking this vote over Errol Southers is very cowardly. We just found out that the city charter says you have 45 days to vote on this, and today is day 45. So how are you going to vote on this when it's going to be automatically approved? We need an answer for that. We need an answer. Because for the folks in the audience, Errol Southers, the police commissioner, once said, an American who embraces a Muslim identity ideology within the United States is a homegrown violent extremist. That's the person that they want to appoint to the LA Police Commission. That's the person that they're cowardly holding their votes so that they get automatically approved. So I want an answer. Are you going to have an ability to vote no on this man? Or are you going to just let him be automatically approved and be cowards?
My name's Bruce Shackney, and I'd also like to speak about the proposed cemetery. The proposed cemetery is about several hundred feet from the house that I moved into 54 years ago. I grew up in. I went to school in the neighborhood. The neighborhood is El Camino Real High School. It has about 3,600 students, less than half a mile away from part of where the cemetery would be. It's on Valley Circle Boulevard, which is an extremely congested street as it is. Adding a cemetery with cemetery traffic, with funeral processions, in a neighborhood that has two schools, not just El Camino, but also Hale Junior High School with another almost 2,000 students, I think is a public safety issue. It's going to create a lot of potential accidents, risks to the children, the school children in the neighborhood, including my 11-year-old daughter. And just like there needs to be an environmental review, I really think there needs to be some kind of traffic review and an analysis of the impact. Thank you very much.
So this is so weird what you do with this stuff. Apparently you're having an unapproved meeting at Van Nuys City Hall because you're apparently approving it today. So it sounds like you haven't actually approved having this meeting here. So is this meeting even legitimate since you apparently never actually voted to have the meeting here? Why can't you do that in advance? Like, you're just trying. You're just actively trying to get lawsuits or weird legal issues here. Like, why couldn't you vote on this beforehand? But you should have a schedule, but nah. Just, but just put it today, just after you're already having the meeting. Okay, general public comment. So, what you're trying to do here with this Errol Southers nomination is either an act of incompetence or an act of severe malice, and trying to avoid having to have all of you on the record as to whether you support Errol Southers or not. Because it seems like, according to the city charter, if you don't vote on it today, it's going to just be automatically confirmed. And he's going to be automatically reconfirmed. Why aren't any progressives, Hugo, you voted against him at committee. Why aren't you objecting to this and saying, no, we are going to vote no on him today? We don't want you to continue it. We want you to vote today and to vote no. No on Southers, instead of ducking this vote to basically avoid having a few of the vulnerable council members who are going to lose their re-election because they're terrible council members, having them on the record supporting this Islamophobe weirdo. Vote no on Errol Southers.
All the fucking items. Excuse me, I can't hear. Is there a problem over there? Can you put my time back to being interrupted?
So your time is running. You have
sir,
you're on the items. If you'd like to, we can move you to general public comment.
No.
We can hear you just fine.
Hey,
this is your only warning. Stick to the items, or I'm going to move you to general public comment.
Why do I get disrupted? Can I have my time back? Okay, you don't want to show any respect. Okay, fuck you then. So let's see. You got here your bribe on number 16.
Item number 16 is not open for public comment.
Jeez, what the fuck is, man? It's like, you guys have a motion to do this meeting here. You didn't vote on it. It's illegal. You're violating the Brown Act. Isabel is a lawyer. Tell me, lawyer, you have to pass the motion before the meeting to move the meeting. You can't move the meeting and vote after the meeting to pass the move of the meeting. Violates the Brown Act. So every vote you're taking today is illegal, including Southers' continuation. So you have to think about that. Like Monique Cow don't want to get sued no more. So I would table all these items and not do them, or you're going to get. In fact, you already got an intent to sue letter emailed to your city attorney. Check your email box. So let's see here. The roadmap. A roadmap to what? Yesterday at 12 noon, behind everybody's back, you go into closed session. Who the fuck knew about that meeting? That was downtown. But it's okay, I talked to somebody, a snitch, and they told me what you did. Did you know, Moni Cow, against your wishes, that they're going to use RV parking as beds in the Alliance settlement? That's part of the roadmap. So now you're going to get hundreds of RVs, and they're going to put them in CD7 so they can count them as beds. That's what they're going to do to you. That's what Unisys is going to do to you. That's what that 12-time indicted felon is going to do to you. So when you start finally fighting back, and you're not fighting back, you're like a mima fucking bird. You need to fight fucking back legislatively by holding their budget
address
up.
the council.
She's got the right idea, but she's too chicken shit and ignorant because she does not have effective legal counsel representing her. This guy doesn't represent her.
You've used your 1 minute on item 22, so please move on to another item.
We don't, go ahead, pick the next item for me. Just pick me a fucking item to talk on.
The next item will be general public comment.
Just pick a next. Just tell me what number it is. It doesn't mean a fucking thing. What I say, does it? But the FBI does. They're ramping that investigation up on those homeless funds, man. Imelda closed the Circle on Van Nuys Boulevard. That fucking office is vacant. So she's not here today. And the reason why is because I contacted Marchese's office about what she's doing. She's being naughty. Naughty. And now she's not here because she knows if she comes here, she might have got served with some papers today. So she's chickened out. Another little chicken. Buck, 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 buck. Like Bob. Bob just don't even fucking pay attention to meetings over there talking to somebody. So remember, everybody, he's got 12 felony charges there. Grady, okay? He's going to start talking, or he's going to spend the rest of his remaining years in prison. And that motherfucker ain't going to do that. So you niggas have a good weekend.